Oh, that's weird. Hang on. Welcome to Wednesday Night is Overbooked, your midweek show about the wonderful world of professional wrestling. I am your host, Joker Voice, here with my lovely panel. We have a full panel. We missed you, Brad, last week. But to my stage right, we have the horribly bad takes, but we love him here anyway. The man whose takes drive me to drink, and that is LeftEyeEgo. Ego, how are you, sir?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Getting ready for Survivor Series coming up, and ready for a great show. Let's do it.
All righty. And right underneath him, we have our legal expert. It is the one, the only, back, greatly missed, the one and only Duke Devil 95, Bradley Burnett. How are you, sir?
Extremely busy. Hopefully we'll not have more interruptions with appearances, but still a possibility. Let's just say work is nuts. Work is nuts.
Stop breaking the law, assholes.
That's not what I do anymore.
Oh, okay. And right beneath myself is hailing from parts unknown. It is the unbearable 73. Matt, how are you, sir?
Doing well tonight, gentlemen. Medical stuff going okay here in the anus of America, known as New Jersey. And how are you all doing? And greetings to the audience.
Thank you. And we do have links to all of our YouTube channels as our wonderful Wrench Among Wrenches. Mr. Jacob Ironside is dropping links in the chat as we speak. Thank you, sir, for that. And a little programming note here. Tomorrow, at about 4:15 Pacific time, yours truly will be on the Snake Sports Talk radio show for a brief segment talking about the world of professional wrestling. Now, there are some links that I put in our private chat. Ego, do you mind dropping those into the chat as well? Thank you very much. Now, last week, we had a double-digit-like show, which is the goal for every show. Hit that thumbs up button. It costs you nothing. And also, if you look down in the description, we all have links to our social media. We all have YouTube channels as well. So, if you don't mind, folks.
I say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Thank you, Harley. Now, before we get into the meat of the show, hello, sir. Hello, Kai. How are you? Glad to see you there. And also, yes, thank you, Jacob, for this. Our good friend Matt here is having some medical issues. Costs keep going up. There is a GoFundMe link in the chat. If you can help, please do. Every little bit helps. Now, before we get into the meat of the show, Matt, you wanted to speak briefly about something.
Yes. I think 2 days ago, a legendary wrestling announcer, Bob Caudle, died. He was, I think, in his 80s or something. He started announcing in the 1950s with Jim Crockett Productions, with Jim Crockett Sr., worked with Jim Crockett Productions on and off over the decades, worked with Smoky Mountain Wrestling, but is most well known for people for the announcing for the NWA, kind of before Ted Turner bought the NWA turned to WCW. He didn't make the transition to WCW. So that's where most of the audience would know him as. And his last thing he did was on Ric Flair's last match a couple of years ago. He did the opening to the event. So, yeah. So, again, most of the audience will know him from NWA Wrestling in the 70s and 80s.
Gotcha. Now, Brad, I asked you to do something because there is some legal stuff going on, and we'll touch on this briefly. If you can give us an update. Apparently, Paul of Triple H Levesque had to give a deposition based on a shareholder's case against TKO or the WWE. Can you give us a brief update on?
Yeah, actually, I'm trying to bring up my stuff on that because I had something somewhere. I'm trying to. Unfortunately, dude, I hate to say it, but I've been so busy I can't bring it up in my mind. I will just say this: depositions are no big deal.
Okay.
It happens all the time. I mean,
Okay.
for instance, I've had 5 in the last week. So it is nothing big, happens all the time. Ascribing anything to it beyond whatever lawsuit is going on means nothing. The only thing could be significant is if something comes out of that deposition. Now, of course, a deposition is not a public hearing. It's held
Okay.
in private. But if at some point the matter were to go to trial, that deposition could be used to impeach people. For instance, if they say something differently at the trial than they do at the deposition, potential impeachment. Dude, I swear, I don't remember what the depo was about. Oh, wait, here it is.
Go
Let's
for
see.
it.
Let's see. What was shareholder lawsuit? What was the shareholder lawsuit about? I'm trying to remember what it was. Here it is. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is all related to Vinnie Mac's sexual allegations.
Okay.
And potential breaches of fiduciary duties in regards to shareholder shares, and trying
Gotcha.
to. This is when it looks like it was when the TKO takeover was happening.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it would make sense that Triple H gets deposed. I mean, probably TKO. Who's the TKO CEO? Brothers Rahm Emanuel. Ari
Emanuel.
He could be deposed. Nick Khan could be deposed. This is all just this is just normal investigation, normal discovery to figure out what someone knows about an incident. So
Gotcha.
they're trying to formulate their case basically. And
Gotcha.
really eventually it's all going to be settled anyway. It's not going to trial.
Well, thank you, Kai. I like how you guys are intelligent wrestling fans, not just meatheads.
I have a question for Brad.
Really appreciate it. Hello, Thomas. Thomas Preston. How are you, sir? Glad you made it. Make sure to hit that like the button, sir. And as far as Kai's statement goes, we try to be. I mean, we try to be as educated as we are. We are obviously not shills, Dave Meltzer. For a particular product, we will praise what is praiseworthy and critique what needs to be critiqued, unlike other folks, Dave Meltzer.
Yeah. I got a question for Brad.
Mhm.
Say, Brad, I know if a criminal trial, if you die, the trial basically stops. If Vince were to die, to continue suing his estate,
You could continue with the estate, yes.
would that to be a new filing, or would it just roll on?
It would probably have to be amended in some way
Okay.
to go after financial assets. It'd also depend on what happens in probate with the will and everything.
Okay.
So yeah, but his death would not necessarily mean it would end because again, the goal is to obtain monetary damages, unlike a criminal trial where presumably someone goes to jail or gets put on probation. So I mean, it's a much more personal punishment in the sense that it affects your life and how you live, as opposed to just sucking you dry of money. Well, they both affect how you live, if you really think about it.
All righty. So our opening segment here, I made a quick change right at the beginning because, like I said, I wanted to reward our chat. We got to double-digit likes last week, which is the goal. Gave us a banger show, and if we get double-digit likes again, we get to talk to Momo. We all love talking to Momo here. But we're going to do a special segment here, and I find these from time to time, and they're fun to talk about. So just here, and how would you rank these ladies according to in-ring abilities? So just their in-ring work. And we have La Primera, Stephanie de Vaquer, the former WWE Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, a former NXT Women's Champion, former WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, Lyra Valkyria, and former greatest wrestler on the planet, and still greatest wrestler on the planet, Io Sky, who has held pretty much every women's title except the mid-card titles.
Just gave away your order.
Yeah,
Not really. Not really. So let's go with Mr. Ego first. From first to fourth.
Okay.
Best strictly in ring talent.
Out of these four, I'm gonna go Stephanie Vercure at number one. Like it's splitting hairs, but I've never seen a Spinal Tap before.
I'm just gonna say, why did it take so long? What's wrong with you?
I mean, I've never
Well,
seen
you
a
can
Spinal
mention
Tap
Dave
before.
Fargo also. There's something.
Awesome.
Well,
I got it. Go ahead.
Matt is on board.
That's on the board. Okay. All right, Stephanie Vercure, number one. Number two is going to be EO. I got Tiffy at 3 and Valkyrie at 4. She didn't have to be on this list at all. That's just me, though. That's the hater in me talking, but she's 4th.
Wow. At least you admit that you're a hater. I'm just saying. Brad, number from first to fourth based on in-ring talent only.
This is really easy. You're going to start in your lower left corner. There's your number one. You go up to number 2. Then you go across to number 3. Directly to the right, you go down directly under Tiffany to number 4. Boom. Boop, boop, boop. Upside down you.
All righty. Matt, your first to fourth.
Stephanie Walker, number 1. Io.
You're in good company, Matt.
Yeah. I've been a Stephanie guy for like 4 years now. And then Lyra Valkyria, number 27.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Apparently, Matt has never watched a Lyra match.
Oh, I've watched enough, more than enough of them.
Okay, well, apparently you've not.
Exactly.
Apparently,
I mean, okay, let's be fair. Like, let's say I wasn't anti-Lyra, right? Does she deserve to be in that picture with those other 3?
It doesn't. That's whoever this.
Mm.
That's whoever they.
Okay.
They picked.
Yeah.
Now, for me, in case you didn't know, I'm a little partial to the Joshis. So, obviously, number 1 is Io Sky. There is no question about this. Number 2, you go right above, and that is Stephanie the Valkyrie. Number 3, strictly in ring ability. Going strictly in ring, you have to go Lyra. Lyra is a much better technical wrestler than Tiffany is. Tiffany is has more of a power set. She is more of an aerialist because of her gymnastics background, but Lyra's background in catch style wrestling holds her transitions. She's a much more technically sound than Tiffany is. But that is a number 1 way up here, a distant second, and even more distant third, because Io and Stephanie are 2 of the best in the world right now. So that's just me. But that's our fun little special segment here. We're now going to go into more of the meat of the show here. And that is, we're in the midst of the Last Time Is Now tournament. As Monday on Raw, Agreed. And again, Kai, you're a smart man, sir. Kai,
Gross.
just for that, Kai. Just for that. You are a smart man, sir.
Tiffany is more flexible.
Agreed.
Well,
Very
I guess we could talk to Ludwig about his former knowledge.
Yeah.
Just saying. So we are in the midst of the last time is now tournament to determine John Cena's opponent. His last opponent for December 13th at Saturday night's main event. Now, there's been a bunch of fan theories going around. We have talked about this numerous times, depending on whether or not John Cena was holding the Intercontinental Championship going into that last match. Based on the events on Monday, I think we know where this is going. And also, I'm going to speak for me personally. As far as the participants in this tournament, for the most part, I have been very underwhelmed. When we first heard about this tournament that we're going to go across all the brands, we're going to go to Raw, we're going to SmackDown, we're going to NXT. One person from NXT. One. Now, it was a hell of a match. That was a lot of fun to watch. And then we had two cameos from TNA who've got some history with John Cena. But that's all they were. They were cameos. So right now, we've got Sheamus and Rusev have advanced. LA Knight has advanced. For some reason, they want Jey Uso in this thing. I have no idea why. Gunther has advanced in a fun match. With Javon Evans, which, if you're watching on Netflix without a VPN, you missed a spot where during commercial break, Gunther hit a chop on Javon Evans that sounded like it came out of a cannon. He just chopped the shit out of midair to Javon Evans.
Gunther is a big-time chopper.
Oh, yeah.
If you go back to his time as Walter, the chopper man, oh, my God. Yeah.
And Solo Sikoa defeats his cameo appearance from Dolph Ziggler. Now we have two matches left that will determine the final 8 of this tournament, and that will be on Friday. Carmelo Hayes versus Bronson Reed. And Finn Balor versus Cero Miedo Penta. Now, personally, we all thought that, and I just got word, folks, we're at 5 likes already. We're halfway to double-digit likes. At double-digit likes, we stop the show and we talk to Momo. We want to talk to Momo, folks. So make sure, hit the thumbs up. Cost you nothing. So we all thought that this was a tailor-made tournament if he was going to be in the tournament for Oba Femi to not only retire John Cena, get the immortal rub on that, but to get a mid-card title and strap a rocket to him. And after that promo he gave on Ricky Saints last night, oh dear God, that man is ready now.
Yeah.
He is. I thought he needed another year down there. No. Bring that man up now. That was amazing. So, if the IC title was still going to be in play, I would have gone with Carmelo Hayes. Problem is, Carmelo Hayes is on SmackDown. You would then have to move him to Raw, which then depletes the SmackDown roster even more. And we'll talk about that when we talk about a bunch of stuff that happened on Raw. But as far as these next 2 matches go, Carmelo Hayes and Big Bronson Reed, Finn Balor and Penta. Brad, who should go over in these matches?
Okay.
I think Penta should go over,
Agreed.
Mhm.
and Carmelo and hold on, I just blanked on the last guy. Carmelo.
Agreed.
Oh, um, it should be Bronson. So, it probably should be him, but I don't know that he needs it because he's got enough going on right now with the vision. I mean, technically, who needs more exposure is Carmelo.
Mm-hmm. I did.
Yeah.
But it's probably going to be Reed. It's probably going to be Reed.
Matt, thoughts? Who should go over in these two matches?
Who should or who will? So who
Who
should?
should?
I feel like Bronson is trapped in nowhere right now. So I mean, I think Carmelo Hayes is going to get the win somehow.
Okay.
And then Penta should win the other match.
Correct.
Mhm.
Ego, thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Penta should go over. And we're assuming that Bronson is not still feuding with Roman Reigns, right?
We don't.
That's over. We don't even
okay.
know.
Well, a feud with Roman Reigns. I mean, Roman Reigns wrestled 6 matches for an entire year. So a feud with Roman is really a non-starter.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, I would have to have Bronson Reed go over to give him something. I get it does kind of suck because you'd want Carmelo Hayes to get more exposure, but like you said, if you do that, you got to bring him on Raw. It becomes a thing. You deplete SmackDown's roster, which is already bleeding.
Well,
So
that would be if the IC title is still in play. Now we saw in the opening segment John Cena's last appearance on Raw, his last Raw ever. Madison Square Garden. Out comes Dom, which, by the way, is there a bigger act in pro wrestling now than Dominic? My God.
amazing.
That kid is so over.
He's over like Eddie.
They brought him back from the like where he was kind of become a comedy character to a serious character again.
Right.
Which I love,
So we get this as he said, okay, John, you got handed a title shot in your hometown. Great. I want a rematch, but it's going to be on my terms. We're going to my hometown. Survivor Series, San Diego, which that's going to be an interesting crowd reaction. Who's going to get the bigger pop? Cena in his last Survivor Series or the hometown kid?
It's be good, man. It's be a great match.
Because West Coast, Mexico, Dom gets the pop. Gets the pop like crazy. Now, I do think that this is where they put the title back on Dom. Because what is John Cena going to do with the IC title? Nothing. Because based on what I'm seeing here, the original thought, Gunther is John Cena's final opponent because Gunther retired Goldberg. And I think this may be Gunther's new kind of his new thing where he's not the legend killer, he's the career ender. He's the retiring guy. General thoughts on the IC title picture and Gunther possibly winning this tournament. Let's start with Ego first.
Man, it's honestly, I kind of wish that Dom didn't challenge back for the rematch. I understand why, because hey, I got to get back. We're going to be in San Diego, but if they were to ever bring Obafemi for his actual last match and strap the title and the rocket to him, I would much rather see that. And
okay,
you can't give. Go. I'm sorry,
but for that to happen, Oba would have to be in the.
I know
tournament. That didn't happen, which is a major fumble by the WWE. When you announce you're going across all the brands, you mentioned NXT and you bring up one.
That's just I don't know. I thought they'd pull something out in the next 10 days to put him in, but I mean, I guess I see Dom taking his belt back, and seeing, I guess, not putting him over, but making it look good at least. So he'll get it back, and then we'll have Gunther come into career and John Cena, but just fumbled over. Good Lord.
Brad, thoughts?
It makes most sense that Dom gets the title back. It was basically only done because, where Cena was, to give him the it's the Grand Slam that he won now, right?
Slam.
Grand Slam, right?
Grand Slam.
So now he's the greatest of all time again. But yeah, Dom gets it back in San Diego. But then the question is, is he going to be still a heel guy? Because he's becoming more and more of a tweener now, honestly. Because
Well, I got something to talk. I got something maybe to talk about in the next segment that may lead something down the line. But to close out this segment, Matt, your thoughts?
I think they should give it back to Dom. I think he could use over as he is as a heel. Retiring John Cena would really work. Gunther's over. Gunther doesn't need this,
Yeah,
He
Gunther
could
does
use
not.
it certainly, but Gunther's there
Gunther
at
does
the
not
top.
need. Gunther does not need the IC title.
Yeah. So I think I would just go with Dom for it, and I really hope to do more stuff with Dom or more vignettes. I mean, we need more vignettes. Have Dom mess up his father's house again, whatever they take.
Which surprisingly, and the much maligned SmackDown. I don't know what Road Dogg is doing down there because Shawn Michaels, with a smaller roster, can actually put together a cohesive TV show.
Yeah, it's a good TV show. Yeah, with vignettes.
The vignettes because the vignettes help tell a story, and that's what we're supposed to be about. Telling stories, as Paul Levesque said, we're like Marvel. We tell stories. I'm like, which Marvel are we talking about? Pre-Endgame or post-Endgame? Because there's a big difference there, son. Just saying. So now, staying with Raw, and I don't think anybody had this on their bingo card for 2025. And by the way, Raw, good show, big surprises. I kind of feel sorry for SmackDown because they have to follow Raw now with that show with their depleted roster. And by the way, starting January 2nd, Raw goes back to a 3-hour show.
You mean SmackDown?
SmackDown, correct. But we also had a title change on Raw. I do not think this was on anybody's bingo card. Maxxine Dupree is the new WWE Women's Intercontinental Champion, defeating Becky Lynch. I actually liked this match. Was it the most technically sound match? No. Maxxine has a lot to learn still as far as in ring. But the character and the story that was told in the ring, the story during the match, and we mentioned this, Maxxine a year ago got booed out of a house show and was told, "You suck. Don't come back." The work she has put in. I mean, the moment where at first she has the ankle lock and then she drags Becky back to the middle of the ring and then grapevines her. So Becky can't go anywhere. And I'm like, that's a smart move. That is some good in-ring workmanship. Has she improved? Absolutely. Her character has improved so much more as it's now beloved underdog that you kind of root for. That Becky Lynch was being a bitch to her. And you're like, go, Maxxine, go. Of course, AJ Lee, no surprise, decided to come back to work after two months. Didn't really get involved, but just stood just enough and just told to Becky, hey, look behind you. Look behind you. So I want to talk about your general thoughts of the match first. And Maxxine Dupree becoming the new Women's Intercontinental Champion. Brad, let's start with you.
I've only seen highlights of it. I didn't get to watch the whole match. But honestly, I was like, storyline, it makes sense because with the way that Maxxine has been perceived lately and the reaction she's getting, it's like the underdog wins. It was kind of, I'm not going to say it's like Kofi Mania, but like someone you would never expect. Honestly, did you ever expect Kofi to be champion?
No.
Did anyone ever expect Maxxine to be champion?
No.
But
No.
I mean, it is a mid-card belt. It's not the belt, but like you said, she's put in the work and she got over the fans. So that's what you need to make a good storyline. And also Becky Lynch just continuing to be Becky Lynch because she knows her role.
We'll talk about that in just a second here. Now, Ego, we mentioned this about a month ago when Maxxine Dupri got a count-out win over Becky Lynch. And the pop that Maxxine got for a count-out win, not a clean win, a count-out win. Your thoughts on the outcome of this feud and a new women's intercontinental champion?
Man, Maxxine Dupri, and I'm not sure if I'm using this correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Maxxine Dupri, to me, in that count-out match, came out like a Tommy Dreamer of sorts, like someone that you really cheered for.
Wow, Matt. Wow, you got Matt mad now.
I don't know. I just remember it was like the guy that everyone loved, but was a lovable loser. That's all that I made the list. That's why I said correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just saying that's how.
You are most certainly wrong.
Hang on, Matt. Hang on, Matt. Hang on.
I'm saying that the way Tommy Dream was presented to me was like the guy that you really wanted to win that just was never allowed to get over the hump. Okay. It was either that or I was going to say David Arquette. So be proud that I at least skipped that.
That's appropriate. That's a better.
David Arquette's appropriate. Okay, then a better example. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Then it's the same thing to me like that. It's like the guy that you really thought wasn't going to be given the chance to be a champ that actually got it. And it's an amazing feeling. She got over with the crowd, especially when someone tells you to your face, you are awful, you suck, don't come back. Like a lot of people would just be like, that was when I knew that the WWE wasn't for me, and like that was it for me. But no, she went back in the lab, got better over a year, and the fans actually like her and they want her to see well and do good. Jade, take notes. But yeah, so I am so glad that she actually became champion. And again,
well done, sir. Well done with that one.
Thank you.
On just the match itself and the outcome.
Okay. I will forego the ECW education to talk about this match. Okay.
Sorry.
But I will say, in no earthly way can you compare Maxxine Dupri to Tommy Dreamer. That being said,
yes, we know.
It so look good. I mean, not as good as a Tommy Dreamer match could look, but that being said, storyline, like you say, it makes sense. Becky added, with Becky the top tier, she added prestige to the women's title, and that's a very important thing. And she added a lot of nice heel heat to it. So Maxxine, who's over as a face, mid-carder, takes it. This is a mid-card title. So now the mid-carders should be developing, having some storylines around it. This is developing a strong mid-card. That's what this does. Because Maxxine turned the corner. Maybe Tommy trained her for all we know, But that being said, I was like, what when it happened? But I'm like, it kind of makes some sense. It's where they go from here. That's the big thing. Like this could be the beginning of a really good thing, or it could be like, something that was a good idea that flops, that they don't write their way out, right? The writing goes bad one. So we have to see.
Okay. As Kai says here, I think this is her time to go solo. They can even make small vignettes on the guys having tryouts to be Dupree's to replace Tozawa and Otis. Wow.
So,
You know-
does Otis or Tozawa wear Maxxine's outfits for the tryout?
Oh, please, God.
You just made the list.
My eyes.
Just for
my
that.
eyes.
That's a good one.
As long as Otis is not playing Stacy Keebler in the Dudley Boy remake for Halloween, as long as he's not playing that role ever. So there's the second part to this, and I did a video earlier today talking about one Rebecca Quinn, Becky Lynch. Now, everyone says that she's the greatest female wrestler ever. Sports Illustrated says it. The Bleacher Report says it. Becky says it a lot. After Monday night, I kind of have to stop and think, maybe there's a point. Because there's more to being the GOAT than just in-ring talent. Now, I've said it numerous times. I am not a Becky Lynch in-ring performing fan. Io Sky is the greatest female wrestler on the planet, if not the best wrestler on the planet right now, period, end of story. But what Becky's been doing over the last 4 years, getting into these programs with other talent, and the results from that results from these programs, and what Becky's doing for the betterment of women in professional wrestling, unlike a certain elector in AEW, I'm just saying. But you go back 4 years ago at WrestleMania 38, when Becky puts over Bianca Belair, who had held the title a few times, but was not the superstar that Bianca Belair is now. Bianca goes over and goes on a 400-plus day run as Raw Women's Champion. Becky goes down to NXT, starts trying to give some advice to one NXT Women's Champion, Tiffany Stratton, who then has a feud. Becky not only takes the title, retains the title. Tiffany Stratton goes on to the main roster to debuts at the Rumble a few months later, becomes Miss Money in the Bank, cashes in at the start of this year, and goes on a 302-day title reign as the undisputed women's champion. And what could be her best work ever is the program she had with Liv Morgan. And can anyone deny that 2024 was not the year of Liv Morgan in the WWE? And now she's doing the same thing to Maxxine Dupri, a gal who, when she was in NXT, was a valet only. That's all she was.
Yeah.
Gets put up to the main roster, is expected to wrestle. She's learning this on the fly. As I said, got booed out of a house show, goes to the dungeon, works with Natty and TJ, is doing reps as much as she can all the time, and is given this title is a congratulations. You've done the work. You belong here now. And this is because of the program of Becky Lynch, using her undeniable star power to elevate and put over talent. So does Becky Lynch belong in the conversation, or is she the GOAT? Matt, quickly, let's start with you.
She's certainly in the conversation. I mean, okay, so Becky's obviously from the era when W first started taking women's wrestling seriously, right?
Correct.
That's important. So we have to factor like Moolah from a previous era, and a question whether you consider other federations who are not W level. But Asuka, I mean, is an all-time great for her career. Awesome Kong, Gail Kim, you know, you can go around with that. But I mean, obviously W was top level, and of this era of when W starts taking seriously, obviously she's the best so far, I think. But I think Io and Stephanie and maybe Julia and Tiffany might surpass her long term. You know.
Okay. Brad, your thoughts? Same general question.
Yeah, I'm kind of in line with Matt. I mean, I think it's too early to say that she's the GOAT. Because she's still got some career to go, really. Although I do think she's kind of winding it up, especially having, her daughter and everything. And of course, Seth is probably also recognizing that his career is not going to be much longer. I mean, the way he keeps getting injured, Jesus. So I think she's definitely in the talks. I think she's in the talk, but I think it's premature to say it. It's a great line for her, though. It is a great heel line to go out there and says, everyone says, I mean, literally, she's literally parroting Donald Trump. I'm not saying it. Everyone else is saying it.
Right.
That's what I hear. I hear they call me the GOAT. I guess I'm the GOAT. That's what they say. So, I mean, she's pissing people off the right way to do it.
All right. Ego, are you with us here?
Bro, in this capacity right now, I have to restart the browser after this, but yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, I think she could be, just because of her. I would call this the charitable donations of it all. Someone that could have an inflated ego and inflated sense of self to the WWE is okay with not just being on main roster and putting main talent over, but going down to NXT, feuding with them, helping iron sharpen iron. So I mean, she's definitely up there for GOAT status. I mean, like I said, this is something that we know certain female wrestlers on main roster would not do at this stage in their career. I would say that. And the fact that Becky Lynch is willing to do it has her a cut above the rest because she's willing to do that.
Gotcha. And just so you know, I've already added the Maxxine Dupree Intercontinental Championship win is automatically in our top 5 of the what the fuck moments for 22-25. Nobody saw that coming.
Which is good writing.
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, a bunch of stuff that happened also on the show. And again, it's feeling kind of rushed, but we're starting to see the teams come into play for War Games. And that's just these are the multi-person double match, double cage matches that they used them in NXT first, and now they're up on the main roster. The teams are starting to come into place. Now we talked a little bit last week of how the teams don't really seem like there's any real reason to exist. That there's a lot of individual feuds and not a lot of story or cohesion. Now, I mentioned that back in the day when they were doing the elimination matches, it was generally the captains of those teams that had the most beef, and they would bring folks on who may have been in a kind of feud with someone else, so the match kind of made sense, and it wasn't just a match for a match's sake. But I went back and I looked at all the main roster War Games matches, and there is something to be said now. So when we go back to 2022, now mind you, this was first used in NXT, the way it's being done now, and for the most part, for the men's side, every War Games match, at least one of the teams was the Undisputed Era. It was Adam Cole and his group, almost in all of them. So you've got one group running amok, and a collection trying to stop them. So we go to 2022, where on the men's side it was the original bloodline. You had Roman, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Sami Zayn. The collection opposing them was Kevin Owens, the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus, Rich Holland, and Pete Dunne, and babyface Drew McIntyre. So again, you've got a faction running amok on SmackDown, a group from SmackDown taking this group on. Now, on the ladies' side, it was still kind of the same thing. The faces were Bianca, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Michin. I guess she was a thing for 2 seconds.
No chin. Yeah.
The versus Bayley, Io, Dakota Kai, Damage Control, Nikki Cross, and Rhea. So again, you've got a faction in there on the lady side. Damage Control running amok, and a collective group of faces who've got a beef with this group. We move over to 2023. On the men's side, you had the heels. It was the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, J.D. McDonough, Dirty Dom, and adding a heel, Drew McIntyre, versus a collection of babyface talent, Cody, Seth Rollins, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and a returning Randy Orton. Ladies' side, this was a 4-on-4. You've got the Bianca again, Becky, Charlotte, and Shotzi. I guess she was a thing for 2 minutes as well. Versus Damage Control itself. Bayley, Kairi Sane, Asuka, and Io Sky. Again, a faction running amok, and a collection of baby faces who have issues with this action. Then we go to last year. On the men's side, you had Solo Sikoa's bloodline. Solo, Tamatanga, Tangaloa, Jacob Fatu, and they added Drew McIntyre again. Versus the OG bloodline, Roman, the Usos, Sami Zayn, and they added CM Punk. Again, group against group makes sense. The women's War Games match was the worst one that's been on the main roster so far. For the baby faces, you had Rhea Ripley, Io, Naomi, Bianca, Bayley versus Liv Morgan, Raquel, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae. The problem with this match, this is at the tail end of Rhea and Liv. This Rhea Liv feud going on. So this is really what was the core of this match. So the other four on each side kind of really didn't make sense. So looking at this year so far, now again, this was not the original plan. The original plan involved Seth Rollins. But for the men's side, you would have had Seth, the Brawns, and right now you've got Brock Lesnar, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre. Drew should not, if Seth Rollins is in this match, Drew is not. Drew is not. That's my thought. The verses, Punk, Roman, the Usos, Cody. If Seth Rollins is in this match, Cody Rhodes and Drew are not in this match because you've got a faction running amok and a collection of all-stars all on the same show who've got an issue with this group. Now, on the ladies, you've got Asuka, Kairi, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, and is probably going to add Becky Lynch versus Rhea, Io, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, and they're going to add AJ Lee. This falls in the same problem as last year's, where the story in this match is really between Io and Asuka. So, thoughts on seeing the pattern? Are we expecting a good War Games match from this year? Matt, I'll start with you.
Well, I mean, some of us have been watching Survivor Series since the beginning, and it's made for factions. It's just made for it, And I like when you have the faction
At
that's
least
running
one. At least one.
Yeah, I like the faction runs amok, or maybe too dominant or whatever, and then some force comes together to oppose them. I wish they would. Back in the day, the force that came together to oppose them wouldn't just come together like 1 week before. There'd be a building to it.
Correct.
But again, that's the long-term storytelling that's missing from modern wrestling. So I like the concept you said. Now, what we see the women's war game is going to be. I mean, you got some people in there who could do the match, like Asuka. We know she can do hardcore matches.
Io,
Rhea, Rhea,
Kyrie can.
Kyrie. All the Japanese women can do hardcore matches. I mean, but Asuka's the queen of them, so to speak. So there's potential for a good match there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Brad, your thoughts?
I think, well, as I've said before, I very much am a storyline guy. And this just, like I said, with Seth being gone, the storyline went to crap. So this is literally just, there's no faction really versus faction. It's just individuals have a beef with another individual. So I'm going to team up with the guy who you have a beef with, and then we're going to go into war games against you. So like the enemy of my enemy is now my friend. I think it lacks the punch. It can be decent matches because we all have people who know how to handle these matches. But I think, the drama of it is sort of taken away. The only potential drama I see in the men's match is maybe internal conflict on the babyface side.
Possibly, or too many egos on the heel side. I mean, you got Logan Paul and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Okay, just the visual alone. If Logan Paul and Brock Lesnar are the last two in the shark cage, the visual alone is comedy. Absolute comedy. I mean, I just remember how excited I was seeing Jacob going into a War Games match and just letting that beast just run wild in there. Now you've got the beast in a War Games match. Holy shit. And did you see the height of the suplex he gave Cody last night? Holy shit balls.
Yeah.
He was in free fall. He was in free fall coming down. But, so, Ego, your thoughts?
I mean, it has to be predicated on pretty much everyone being healthy, and with Seth Rollins out, it kind of lacks the punch. I know you can put it together, albeit quickly and on the fly, seemingly. It's not as interesting as it was last year. Like last year, I loved that. That was awesome for me. That was kind of my foray into it. So it's like, this seems kind of like a letdown compared to last year. Like Seth Rollins being out kind of takes the punch out of the whole thing for me.
Gotcha. Now, I personally, just the level of talent alone on the men's side, that's exciting. The talent alone is exciting. Now, you've got the Drew Cody now because of the way they brought in Drew. Cody now makes sense. The Usos have issues with the Brawns. Okay. Logan Paul has got a beef with CM Punk. He's also got beef with Brock Lesnar. Roman has a beef. The history between Roman and Brock is known. And the history and the betrayal of Heyman to Punk and Roman. There are some interesting dynamics that play out on the history of all of these guys in this match. I'm a little, again, based on the talent in the ladies match, there's good talent in here. But I'm going to say this, the babyfaces have won every single main roster War Games match on the ladies' side. Heels need to win, and it should end Asuka pins Io.
That would be cool.
To really build this feud up between those two. So, on the men's side, the heels won in 2022. The baby faces have won the last two, but you're not gonna have both heel teams win both matches. So baby faces are gonna probably go over on this. Don't know who's gonna take the pin or not. But we've been talking about War Games, which is part of one of the longest running premium live events for the WWE, and that is Survivor Series, which brings us into the staple of this show. It is the Wednesday Night Overbooked Top 5, where we take a topic, we give our 5 best takes. Our number 5 take gets 1 point. Our number 1 take gets 5 points. And at the end, Mr. Bradley Burnett changes his name to Price Waterhouse, and we get the definitive scientific answer for this topic. And I just got word, folks, we're at 7 likes. 7. We're 3 away. 3 away from double-digit likes. If you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, what are you doing? It costs you nothing. Just do it. Because if you don't...
You just made the list!
I'm just saying. So our topic tonight is, we're talking about Survivor Series, top 5 greatest moments in Survivor Series history. This has been a premium live event, almost 38 years. It's got some history here. But we're going to start with Mr. LeftEyeEgo. Your number 5, sir.
Are we doing any honorables, or are we just going to mention those at the end?
Okay, does anybody have any honorable mentions? I know Matt has.
I'll go ahead.
What did I say before, JB? Because it escapes me right now.
It was the debut of a stipulation match that ended up becoming a premium live event.
The Elimination Chamber. So, the Elimination Chamber debuted at the Survivor Series. And like I said in the pre-show, I love the Elimination Chamber, but I think many of the Elimination Chamber events have been subpar. It has not been used as well as should be. I love the chamber itself. You know,
Brad, do you got anything honorable?
Yeah, I got 2 just real quick.
Okay.
Sting made his debut in the WWE in 2014 at the Survivor Series. And of course, this is an ignominious memory. 1990. There's a giant egg out there just waiting to be hatched.
You just made the list!
I said it was ignominious.
You had to pick the gobbledygooker.
It's most memorable moments, not just best moments, most memorable, I thought. So,
Okay. Ego, do you have anything honorable?
Man, no. I mean, like I said, Survivor Series is relatively new to me, so I couldn't really think of any.
All right,
other,
Jacob.
I couldn't really think of any.
All righty. I did not have any either. So we'll start with Mr. Ego. You're number 5, sir.
All right. Looking back at this, there were quite a few debuts that were on this. Coming at number 5 is King's debut in 1997. Did not know that's where the big red machine was first seen.
Gotcha. All righty. Mr. Bradley Burnett, were you also I know you're a fan of a certain mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. Did he make your list at all?
Actually, he did not. He did
Oh,
not
okay.
make my list.
But you're
the list.
But your number 5 is
I'm going to actually go with the first men's War Games with the Bloodline winning, but Sammy turning to join, because that was pivotal in his storyline and where it went, where it continued the bloodline. So it was the first main roster War Games and basically the debut of Sammy Uso.
It was more of the confirmation of Sammy as an Uso because he showed his trust by laying out Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Man roster. Alrighty, Matt, you're number 5.
Okay, so this is the beginning. This is one of the greatest vignettes in wrestling history. 1995, a mystery driver ran Stone Cold Steve Austin over at Survivor Series. I mean, it took a long time, and we were shocked by who it was. I mean, the writer was probably shocked when Vince said who it was. And to this day, we still meme about this event, guys. We still make jokes about it. That's how impactful this event was on us. So,
what was this again?
The mystery driver hitting Stone Cold with the car I think it was 1995.
And it was later than 95.
And who was it? Who was the mystery driver?
Rikishi.
And
it was later than 95.
And he did it. Why?
I don't remember why he did it. I mean, I just
I know.
Why, Matt? Why, Brad?
I did it for The Rock.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
Teed it up perfectly. Thank you, Brad.
I think it was either 97 or 98.
Well, we meme the fact that it was Rikishi that did it.
Yeah.
But the actual runover was in the middle of that 1990s shocker of all those vignettes where like the supermarket brawl and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we know.
All righty. My number 5 is actually Matt's honorable mention, the debut of the Elimination Chamber match. I kind of agree. Some of them have been a little lackluster, especially the last 3 years. The women have outperformed the men in every Elimination Chamber match. Just my opinion there. All right, Ego. You're number 4, sir.
Number 4, I've got Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, 1996. That was actually a very good match. I know that I'm a fan of the high flyers, but I will always respect 2 technicians that are professionals. And the fact that I watched a match go at least 30 minutes without a Stone Cold Stunner or a sharpshooter, and I was still enthralled by the match, says something. So I've got that at number 4.
That is some growth, sir. That is some growth.
Thank you.
And you can never go wrong with a Bret Hart match. I'm just saying.
You really can't, man. You really can't.
Brad, you're number 4, sir.
Get your kick button ready.
Fucker.
Go ahead. You know what it's going to be.
Do it. Stay it.
The debut of Rocky Mountain.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
He didn't even complete the word Maya Mia.
He did not.
Despite, I mean, I'm no great fan of The Rock, but I mean, you can't deny he has had an impact.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
He has had an impact on professional wrestling. He was one of the biggest stars.
You just made the list.
Attitude Era. He's definitely an a-hole right now with what he's done in the movie. Tried to take over DC Comics. Well, honestly, I don't know. Maybe be better than James Gunn. Who the hell knows? But it's still one of the most memorable things. Do you not understand how bad James Gunn is right now? Holy
Shush.
God.
Shush. Matt, you're number 4.
So my number 4. Now, when this happened, it was shocking. Nowadays, it's a common event where like everything is just a common event. Like no matter how destructive it is, it's just like 7 times a match or whatever, right? But back in now this was 1990. You're right. It was 1999 for the other thing. Okay, but in 1995, Diesel stood in the ring, picked Bret Hart up, and threw him from the ring through the Spanish announcer's table. And that was shocking back then. Diesel like 7 foot tall. To see a guy go flying out of the ring like that and crushing what in kayfabe we thought was a well constructed table wasn't like nowadays they're designed to collapse, And this was also, to my memory, the debut of crushing the Spanish announcer's table as well.
Sir, that is slanderous. That will never happen.
Yeah, but yeah, I know nowadays we take it for granted. We see guys go jumping off the top of a cage through a table and all that, but which was great. Don't get me wrong, but back then it wasn't. You know what I mean? Back then, we were lucky if we saw a gorilla press slam. You know what I mean? And for him to pick Bret Hart up like he was a bag of crap and throw him like 10 feet away or whatever through the table. You know what I mean? So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My number 4, we're going to 2012. A debut. Sierra, Hotel, India, Echo, Lima, Delta, Shield. The debut of what, Matt?
There's always a plan B.
Yes, we know.
The debut of one of the greatest factions of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, The Shield. Broke them up way too early.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, Ego, you're number 3, sir.
Number 3, I believe it was Ted DiBiase said he was going to have a mystery teammate in 1990, and it wound up being The Undertaker.
What? That was only number 3?
What? I told you this is relatively new to me, and y'all got me in around the time where this was starting up. So this is kind of where I kicked this off at 3. I apologize. It's 3.
First, you compare Maxxine Dupree to Tommy Dreamer, and then you do this.
I was hoping you forgot that already.
The North never forgets, Theo. The North never forgets.
I'll save you, Ego. Brad, you're number 3.
My number 3 is also The Shield.
Nice.
Again, one of the best factions ever had, and completely agree they broke it up too soon. And just the way they came in, just think about the way they came in. I mean, just these guys in like police gear, tactical gear, just beating the crap out of everybody. It's just like, who the hell are they? Where are they from?
Coming in through the crowd slowly instead of yeeting the entire time, so they actually have energy to do it.
There's no need to shoot strays.
No, we just need to shoot any other hopes of Jey Uso ever having a championship again. Huh?
Going down his hate speech numbers, okay.
Oh, you poor baby.
There is no such thing as hate speech, just speech you don't like to hear.
In this space, there is. Okay. The space there is. There should be.
That is so cute.
Matt, you're number 3.
So when JB said this list, the top 3 I knew within like 2 minutes. Okay. Number 3 is the 2012 debut of The Shield. Again, they ended them way too soon. They should have that should have lasted another year before there was so much they could do with those 3 guys.
Meat on that bone.
They should have had they should have made sure that all the titles, then the betrayal happens. This was the closest thing W has had to the 4 Horsemen ever.
Yeah.
Well,
wow.
Evolution.
Well, I think they were better than Evolution, though. You know what I mean? I love Evolution because they have the greatest theme song of all time. You know?
No, they don't.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that is an awesome theme song.
It's good. It's not the greatest. Well, we could we could revisit that top
Did we
five
do that before? I thought we did.
over a year ago.
Okay.
My number 3. We're going to 1997.
Oh, I know.
If you know, you know. Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart. It's the Montreal Screw Job, which for some reason Bret still holds a grudge. Still to this day. Can't imagine why. But that's my number 3. Ego, your number 2.
My number 2 is the day that hell froze over. CM Punk's return 2023. I got that number 2.
Over the Undertaker's debut?
Yep.
Yes. I didn't stutter. I didn't stutter, man.
We're gonna have
I
to.
did not
Wow.
stutter.
That's my
I
job.
have the same facial expression on my face that the black dude had when the Undertaker lost to Brock Lesnar right now.
It's okay. It's fair. I said it with my whole chest. Okay.
Okay.
CM Punk's return over Undertaker's debut every day.
Yeah.
All day.
You better watch out for a car running you over. I know Rikishi's number.
Hey, the problem with Ego right now is he lives in Texas. You know who else lives there? Mark Calloway.
Yeah.
You're right. You might get a.
When you hear a
Hertz
bell
driving
tolling
up
outside
by
your
the
house, you're going to be resting in peace, son.
Oh my God.
Brad, you're number 2, sir. Brad, you're number 2.
My number 2 is The Undertaker. And I still remember watching him walk in and the way they sold it. Oh my, they were like, my God, look at this monster.
Someone's coming in the room.
Okay. So, I guess what? My number 2, we're going to 2023, is the day hell froze over. The return of CM Punk. We had just gotten the return of Randy Orton like 10 minutes prior to this. We're in the Allstate Arena. It's in Chicago. And the way they did this, the Paul Levesque special, they're playing Cody's theme song. They're in the wide shot. There's the little logo at the bottom. And you hear and Cult of Personality starts. And the pop that crowd gave is one of the biggest pops of all time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fair.
So,
Because
I'm ready.
Okay, so I gave my number 2, the return of CM Punk. Matt, your number 2.
My number 2, as I mentioned, is the greatest in-ring wrestling controversy of all time. Is the Montreal Screwjob. So much stuff happened with, Undertaker literally physically almost assaulting Vince behind the scenes and all that. Now, I'm of the small group that said this Montreal Screwjob was actually the greatest work in history. But that being said, when it happened, and Bret Hart was like, you saw it happen, right? You know what I mean? And like you knew something was wrong, and like, were you thinking, was this part of the story or whatever? And then you hear afterwards, it was like shocking, you know?
Yeah. So we're down to our number 1s. Ego, you're number 1, sir.
Number 1, I got the Montreal Screwjob, man. I guess, watched the mini documentary on this. That was the first thing I'd even heard about when it came to Survivor Series. They didn't say anything else except, hey, Survivor Series, and then immediately after that, Montreal Screwjob, you got to watch it. So my boy Douglas had me watch the entire documentary on it. Completely fascinating. And I've got that at number 1.
Okay. Brad, you're number 1.
I also have the screw job. I mean, continues to be talked about to this day, almost 30 years later. People still argue about it. Bret Hart still pissed off about it. I mean, it affected wrestling in so many different ways. And kind of honestly, as much as we hate everything that Vince is as a human being, kind of made him the bad guy that the WWE needed at the time.
The birth of Mr. McMahon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, you're number 1.
I will say Eagle is fair. I disagree to put the screwdriver over the Undertaker. That one I'll accept. Okay. So you lost many points, but you gave one back. I'll give it to you. That being said, if you know who my favorite wrestler of all time is, you know what my number one is. Okay. The debut of the Undertaker in the 1990 Survivor Series.
1990.
Yep. Ted DiBiase's mystery opponent comes out with Brother Love, not Paul Bearer.
Right. Which, by the way, Brother Love is now the guy that sits next to Triple H in
Yes.
Gorilla. That is Bruce Pritchard.
Yep.
Fuck that guy.
When they hadn't quite worked out the Undertaker's entrance yet, though you did get some of the bells and whatever. But when he came out, for whatever reason, that everyone looked and you saw children crying and stuff. They were scared right away. But Vince, we all know Vince invented the Undertaker character. You know that, and then Mark sort of went with it. But people were scared, like, oh, because kayfabe was still real back then. People were like, "Oh my God, what is this?" You know. And then Taker goes in the ring, and obviously this is all work and all that, but he crushed everyone he faced in that ring. They let him no sell like everything. He was fleeing people around like they were made of crap. And the only reason he was eliminated because he jumped out of the ring to chase down Dusty Rhodes so he could murder him and was counted out. And the audience was like, "Oh my God, Dusty's gonna die." You heard people saying that. Like that's how scary the Undertaker was with his debut. I mean, so number one for not just because he's my favorite. I mean, you know, I was debating to put the screwdriver over him, debating it. But I remember seeing the Undertaker premiere and getting a legit chill. Like I'm watching a good horror movie. You know what I mean? Because we had never seen someone no sell like that. Like one movie get to no sell and that's it. But to see that level of like dominance and wow,
So my number one is also the debut of the Undertaker, and yes, the Undertaker chase Dusty gets counted out. One of my bigger memories of this match is it's Bret Hart and DiBiase. Bret Hart loses to a schoolboy roll-up and gets the 1, 2, 3. DiBiase pops up. Bret just sits up, and you could visibly see him go, "Fuck!" He was not happy about that match. But what became the legend, the Dead Man, the American Badass, all of it, it's simply one of the greatest, if not the greatest gimmick of all time.
Of all time. Did you watch it live or later, JB?
I watched it live.
Yeah, that was even more intense. That was like so, like if you watch it later, it's good. But when you out of nowhere, no idea what's about to happen. You know what I mean? It's like where were you when this happened and we were there? You know what I mean?
I could tell you exactly where I was for Undertaker's first WrestleMania match. I was watching it live at the LA Sports Arena.
Yeah, I was in my room because I was 17. I was in my room with my hacked cable that I literally computer hacked, and I like 800 channels or whatever they had, and like was watching wrestling. I'm thinking, Survivor Series, and then that's like my only real memory of that Survivor Series, and it was like so impactful. I mean, if we did the top 5 like wrestling moments of all time, this will be on that list.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
all right. So Brad, I think we're kind of all bottled up. So I think we have a tie for first and a tie for second. Well, let's just go with those.
Yeah, we got second, the debut of the Shield and the return of Punk.
Okay. And number one, shocking to nobody.
The screw job and Undertaker. I mean, what else can you think of?
Is there really? No. So we will have a new top 5 next week. And again, folks, I want to thank everyone who has been in here. I believe we're still at about 7 likes. If you have not hit that thumbs up button yet, there's still time, folks. Caution you, nothing. Again, take a look at the description, all our socials, All the YouTube channels are down there as well.
I say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
Thank you, Harley. And as we close out the show, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, what do you have coming up, sir? Ego, you're muted.
He can't hear us.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I hate my web browser. I hate everything about.
What do you have?
My bad.
It's a sign that the Undertaker is coming for you with your malfunction.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
that's
probably
what you get.
Probably.
What do you
I
have
apologize.
coming up, sir?
Guys, for the next episode of Left Eye at Night, we finally going to have Lance back on the stream. Had some internet issues on his side and my side. So next Monday, 6 p.m. Central, we'll be talking about his book, Silver Screen Journey. So join us Monday at 6 p.m. Central.
Gotcha. Mr. Bradley Burnett, the Duke Devil 95, what do you have coming up, sir?
Tomorrow night, I'll be on Static 2020's weekend pregame. Otherwise, you can go to my channel where we watch Wormhole Watch.
Hey, look at that.
It's a test. It's the first test. Not bad.
I like it.
So-
I like it.
So
Nice.
yeah, this week we had Drunken Emerald Arrow join us for Tribunal, and this Sunday we'll be watching the season finale of season 2, the Jem'Hadar.
Oh, wow. And Matt, what do you have coming up, sir?
I believe we'll both be on tomorrow on Roman Show for Black
Correct.
Friday review.
Correct.
My next week, well, I'll tell you about why my next week might be a little shaky, JB, off camera.
Gotcha.
On the questioners videos we'll be dropping this weekend, one of them is us discussing some controversy about the upcoming some of the upcoming consoles that are coming out, and the other one is discussing just some guy's horrific understanding of Lord of the Rings and his hatred of Elon Musk somehow related to that.
Gotcha. And as for myself, like I said, like Matt said, I will be on with Roman of the Empire tomorrow as well. But before that, I want to remind you, Ego, if you don't mind dropping those links, I will be on the Snake Sports Talk Show, their internet radio show at about the 4:15 p.m. Pacific time mark. Be sure to tune in for that as well. But on behalf of everyone here at Wednesday Nights Overbook, it was a fun show tonight. I want to say, keep talking, keep smiling, and until next time,
Toodles!
take care.
Here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Yeah.